noise and the excitement and environment and the feel of the big stage take over for both teams. Play your game, and that is going to be the difference between winning and losing.
Both teams wearing green and all green. Team Mexico, Australia with the white shirts and green shorts. And racing along the far side for a quality pickup, Trent Casey on offense this time.
Hey, it's great to see. This is where he's comfortable, but he's so evasive. That juke move, and this is where Mexico are usually terrific at pulling flags, but he kept going. Double pass to the center. Third down, they're in the no-run zone now. Team Australia in this championship game in the international division for the first time. Trey Solson at quarterback again, under center, fakes the shovel, and delivers late. It's batted down at the last minute. Rainhow was able to get there 4th and mid. I like that they were thinking about maybe taking a shot in that position. We've seen it earlier where you want to fake that underhand. You did have to throw it a little bit in front. The defense of Mexico are terrific, but now 4th and short, looks like they're going to go for it. Remember, if they do not convert, Mexico will start where the ball is now.
Our first big play of this championship game. Trey Soles fakes the toss, now delivers across the line and reaching ahead for the first down by inches is Team Australia. Javen Johnson, his first play made. He scored twice earlier today in the semis.
He's been brilliant for him, but for me, it's the awareness there. He felt like he was getting pushed back across the other side after the half, and he reached that ball out just to give him a fighting chance.
And Phoebe, you can reach, you can't dive in NFL flag. Important to remember, here in the no-run zone, tossing, Featherstone has it. And the starting center eligible to receive passes in NFL flag. 2nd down and goal.
Watch this little out route here from #1. She has been doing phenomenal so far. Matilda Featherstone has been brilliant, and the center is such a critical part of an offense here.
Rubin Trezols and also Javen Johnson in the backfield. They'll fake it to Johnson across the middle. Leaping up is Casey. 2 pick sixes in the semis earlier today. 2 catches already to start this championship.
You love to see how the ball is being divvied out here. You have the little read option. You've got the cross in front, which confuses the defense. And then there he is. Big body jumping up to get that ball. 3rd and goal, and this drive comes down to this play. One last attempt to get
this play. You're going to see the rusher change directions completely. The play is going so fast, he knows he's not going to get to the quarterback. He just changes directions into the wide receiver they were looking for.
Interesting to note, Jorge Lopez with the reception, and the Mexico drive begins with a positive gain. It'll be 2nd in midfield.
Coming back to their hitches, we saw this earlier. They would audible to somebody outside, perhaps a hitch and go. So it'll be interesting to see how they execute now.
And it's Almada back in at quarterback instead of Charlie Campo. This pass tipped and incomplete. Remy Chisholm able to make some contact with the football.
I'm telling you, we keep talking about these rushers, but rushers are some of the most important players on the defense. You see the ability to put a hand up. He goes for the flag. It forces the quarterback to be uncomfortable out to his left side and just dirt it. In flag football, in the no-run zone, so they will have to throw this ball. Alert that double QB, they do.
And Almada as the quarterback. Need to cross that yellow line at midfield. Quick strike, there it is. There's the first down and goal, and tumbling down is Lopez.
Really nice decision there. Look, when you come in tight as a bunch, you're forcing the defense to show you one thing, and then you can out-leverage them. It was almost a little bit of a pick play there. We won't call it that perhaps, but you get that shoot out wide. You've got the leverage. Get yourself a 1st down.
Tied at 6 in the championship game of the international division. Here the 2025 NFL flag. Playing center field the first time we've called his name. And it is, no, Xavier Naumo. It's the first time we've called his name on defense.
Watch him fly across. This is what you want from a safety. And again, batting that ball down. Coach said a lot of these players also play rugby, so this is second nature to feel where the ball is.
Yeah, Australian rules football players, rugby players, soccer players, all a part of this team. as Garza able to have the pass completed. 3rd and goal from just outside the 10, Phoebe.
This is a huge down. They're going to want to capitalize. You've got less than a minute on the clock here, so take your time, get the play call that you want. Both teams have 3 timeouts, but you really want to hold on to these until the second half. Now keep in mind, you may not see it, but they have a 25-second play clock. So this is rolling. You cannot run out of bounds in terms of stopping the clock. It is all about the last 30 seconds here.
3 timeouts. Get those for the entire game. There's no reset at halftime. Almada, Ocampo. They'll have the 2-quarterback system. Penalty marker is out. Back corner and incomplete. Now let's check the infraction, Phoebe. What did you see?
That's impeding the blitz right away.
Timeout, Australia. Prior to the timeout, impede, offense. Turnover on downs. 1st down, Australia.
So we've seen several long drives in without points by both sides.
And that is so challenging because it's 3rd down. It's a loss of down for impeding the rush. So you're watching the center, and look how they have to move out of the way when the rusher is coming down. They have a direct line to the quarterback and where the quarterback is. That's a huge loss there because that's their opportunity to go down and score with the last 10 seconds left.
10 seconds remaining in the first half for Australia here in the championship. For a moment, there was an opportunity. Will Smith was down there, number 9, and unable to corral it at the last moment.
But look at this ball placement. He goes up for it. He had it in his hands. Fantastic job by the Team Mexico defense, especially Ray Maldonado. He did a terrific job of just making sure that didn't finish through. That's a huge stop going into the half here because this is where they need to come out strong in this second half.
1 second remaining here on the clock, so 2 timeouts have been utilized by Australia, and head coach Jordan Lowe at the end of the half. They'll reset it back to 3. An interesting maneuver there.
Yeah, it is an interesting maneuver. You only get 3 timeouts per game. So you would normally try and reserve those for the end of the game. Perhaps there's something he saw or something he believes in. But you can see now this Team Mexico defense is in complete prevent.
Will Smith at the top of your screen, number 9 for Australia. His size, his speed, certainly a factor. A wobbler deep, Smith in the area, and it is batted down in the defense of Almada, who started at quarterback, now as a center fielder, as a safety. Bats it down last play of the half.
That's what you want to do in those situations. Just if you're not catching it, you got to make sure that nobody catches it. You don't need a situation, especially with Team Mexico, who have the ability to run it all the way back. But that was a battle. We're 6-6. Remember last time these two teams played, it was 13-12 as the final score. These defenses, these offenses, they're relentless.
Alejandro Gonzalez, the head coach of Team Mexico, with Rebecca. Loud and proud this entire weekend, and now 12 minutes perhaps away from celebrating a championship. Mexico with the football first. Ocampo to the air and tumbling down after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and midfield. The reception made by Rangel.
This is a big drive here for Team Mexico. Starting back up, you want to be able to just get those chunks.
Sabas Rangel with the grab. Ocampo to the air, wants to go long to Almada. And the pass incomplete. Now Moen covered, so suddenly 3rd and mid.
And that's where this game can switch just like that, because they've now got to be able to get at least 5-6 yards to put themselves in a more comfortable position where they're not having to go for it on 4th and long.
Ocampo starts the second half as the signal caller, dumps it off underneath Jorge Lopez. Close to the...
That was good work by Team Mexico. They did a really nice job of being efficient and taking what Team Australia gave. We know that they are a younger team, although in Australia now there's over 500 schools competing in NFL flag. Sometimes it's getting some of those nuances in the red zone.
Australia gets it back. Off the hesitation, Trez Holtz to Will Smith. And so this drive begins, 2nd and midfield to go. A short pickup on 1st down.
Get more of that double QB. They don't send a rusher, but you've got somebody waiting on the line from Team Mexico. And then this is the precision. Team Mexico does a great job of pulling the flags, not giving you extra yardage.
Big drive for Australia in this championship for the first time. Trezols. And Javen Johnson, flag pulled 5 yards shy of the line to gain. It'll be third in midfield.
This is one of my favorite. It's like a fan, right? You're going to see these 3 players all go to the right with a bit of a go, and you've got that screen underneath. It really gives a clear answer for the quarterback, a go-to essentially when you're in these tight.
Oh, a timeout on the field, a costly turnover. Mexico gets it back, leading 13-6 here in the championship of the International Division. NFL Flag make it here to Canton for Team Australia. 26 hours from home here in the title affair, and now trailing Mexico 13-6. Phoebe Schechter, Roy Philpott, Rebecca Landa on our sidelines as our field analysts. And now Mexico, Phoebes, in no hurry whatsoever with this advantage.
No, and you got to look at where you are. You're first and mid from here. You've got 5:20 left on the clock. You can just milk this. Go for the check down. Be able to run out the clock as best as possible.
So an incomplete pass. The clock does not stop. That's not the worst thing in the world.
Does not stop. They're on 2nd down and 1 yard. And again, we heard Rebecca yourself talking about it. There's no intentional grounding either. You can just use this time to wind down. The play clock is 25 seconds, so that's a big chunk of time.
Rebecca, what is the energy like on the sideline? You're in front of that Mexico fan base right now. They have to be excited.
Yes, they are, but also the Australians are over here, and they have good energy as well. They're keeping it up. I was listening into the coaches, and especially assistant coach Shannon Austin. She talked to the rusher. She was, you need to break down. That's something really important. We rushers need to keep our mind on.
Almada will throw it to Gomez, and now 1st and goal on the big completion. Mexico on the move.
What a great play design. Again, the double QB, it keeps coming up. You're handing it off. Are you going to run it? Are you going to pass it? It causes so many problems for a defense, especially if you don't play against it a lot. We know that Team Australia has not played as much against the double QB. They played Mexico once earlier on, but you've got to have a game plan, and playing man the whole time can be a struggle against something like that.
And that was a 13-12 victory by Mexico on day 1 in Canton. That seems like an eternity ago. And now
the arm strength of this quarterback here. Number 7 was able to throw the ball all the way downfield to Drayson. He has such great vision, and to be honest, he had his receiver in the right area. I love what you were talking about before about the 2028 Olympics. We've got a team from Brisbane here where the 2032 Olympics will be as well. So this is a huge driving force for them as they build up on this flag football.
Contact. Will Smith was tripped up, and a penalty marker came in quickly. Man-to-man coverage with Rangel.
You like to see everybody
Pass
checking in on each other there
defense.
too.
Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Play results in an automatic 1st down, goal to go.
Incidental contact happens as well, but number 5 doesn't even feel where the receiver is. And in flag football, we have right of way versus right of place. Right of way speaks to the offensive player having the right to run their route. Right of place is when we speak to a defensive player. So they
get it out of bounds as time winds down in Mexico in position with a 7-point lead.
Australia have called a timeout.
And you mentioned the clock management at the end of the first half. It comes back a little bit at this juncture. The chance maybe to stop the clock a couple of times, just that one chance with only 1 timeout left.
Yeah, because even when it's a change of possession, the clock is still running. So you could have, at the end of that last touchdown from Mexico, called the timeout there. You also want to have that word with the official saying, hey, as soon as this ball is in the end zone or the flag is pulled, I want a timeout immediately. You've already lost a chunk of seconds just standing there trying to call timeout. The officials are open to that conversation. You've got to be able to make sure you're giving your team the best chance possible. Especially now, if I'm Mexico, you're just going to run the ball and burn out these last 15 seconds.
Australia needs a miracle of gargantuan proportions to find a way to come back and just say go. The defense was lights out, and the quarterback play utilizing 2 signal callers on multiple plays today. A big factor and a big advantage.
You're so spot on, and I would say that turnover that they had, that interception that they had, was a really big game changer for them. Australia were marching down, and they put up one big old battle today.